what did you do for Christmas?
It was a white Christmas. I went to some nice places. Yeah, I went to Lotte World Mall because there was like a giant tree. Yeah.
So many people because I went on.
Oh, you went to Lotte World Mall too?
I had dinner there on Christmas Day.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
No, Eve.
On Eve, I went on the actual day.
Okay, so yeah, it was a nice place. There was like a merry-go-round, like
so many people.
Big tree, like a Christmas garden and everything. Had dinner. That was probably it. Yeah.
I started getting sick. Like this.
Oh, you're sick?
No, it's like at the end, so I don't think it's contagious right now.
Okay.
I started getting sick on the 23rd. I suddenly noticed when I was speaking on the phone to somebody. I was like, "Oh my god, my throat is suddenly really bad," and so I went immediately to hospital because it's like I always say like you have to get it at like the beginning stages. You have to get medicine immediately. So I was like, "Okay, go to hospital immediately." And I was like, "Oh my god!" But I had plans for Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, all this stuff, and then so on the 24th, I was actually on the eve. That's like the main day where everyone goes out and like parties and stuff. On that day, I just was at home, just like the whole day, just like lying down. And then on the Christmas actual day itself, I went out in the afternoon, evenings. I had oysters, but like
oysters.
Yeah, it was really good.
Weird selection.
Do you not like oysters?
I don't know. It's just random for Christmas.
No, and yeah, because I was trying to make you feel better, like bilbok, like what do you call it, like soup that's good for you.
Yeah.
To make you feel recover. So that's what I had. Yeah, David had a shower literally 2 minutes before this live. That's why we were late.
Yeah, I'm gonna like be keeping. I'm gonna keep on touch my hair because like I just had a shower. But yesterday night my family had like an emergency. My grandma had kind of a stroke and she went to like the ER. And I had to like stay up all night, like looking after my grandpa who's all left alone in his house and stuff. So I came straight away from there. I barely got any sleep, like 2 hours. So I just took a shower because I'm a civilized person. And here I am. Okay.
Wait, was that a solo date for David? Archie says.
Yeah, you can imagine whatever you want.
I don't think David would go to Lotte Mall as a date by himself.
I went with Santa Claus. Yeah, and Rudolph. Yeah, I mean, thank you, Crash Override. A stroke is serious, yes. Yeah, she's okay right now. She went into surgery, operation 2 times during the night. But hopefully a fast recovery and everything's gonna be good. Yeah.
생방도 하네. 네.
생방도 합니다. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, that is a very, very bad segue into the first news we have today.
Do you want to get into it now already?
No. Let's
read some comments first.
Yeah. Let's give some room first because I don't want to transition from my grandma to.
No, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Another Singles Inferno season 3 reaction coming later. Yes. So after this, I'm going straight into editing, and I want to be uploaded by tonight. So morning time for you guys. Yeah, tomorrow probably.
Is Singles Inferno actually?
It's actually good. It's actually good. It's my favorite season.
Really?
Out of the whole
I haven't heard that much hype nowadays. Like usually, if something's hyped, you know, it's bound to be on Instagram and it's bound to be on your feed. Like, all I've seen is like that really buff Busan dude or someone.
Jinseok.
Yeah. Like he's been popping up.
Yeah.
And like that.
He's the best one.
The basketball player like stirring up the pot and stuff.
It's actually entertaining.
But other than that,
there's a lot more drama.
I've seen the girls.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my own opinion, my personal opinion, but I don't. Oh, I shouldn't. I shouldn't say anything.
No, what?
No. Who am I to say anything?
No, it's just. Don't take it so seriously.
I'll just say this. I just think the contestants, like the people, the participants, like it was best when it was season 1, and yeah, it got kind of mild like to 2, and now season 3 it's kind of like going down.
For me, like I really think this season they put in the most effort to try and make the most drama and
for sure. Like they put a lot of like functionalities and stuff like making 2 islands.
I think what David wants to say is you think season 1's cast visuals were the best?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, like, the visuals for this season is good, too, for the girls. I'm just talking about the girls. Like, for the guys, it's pretty much been the same for me. Because I'm a guy.
Yeah, you
Except,
don't care.
Except Dex. He was, like, exceptional.
Did you think... When I first saw Dex...
I don't think he's, like, visually, like, astounding. But, like, his charisma and his, like, character, it's just, like, out of the charts for like compared to other people. But
I mean, he's done really well. For himself.
And for the girls on this season, though, like like they kind of have similar vibes, except that one girl, Haesun. Like she's like super tall and like she's like very bright and giggly, but the other girls are like.
But Haesun also, I've seen some comments of people being like, she is a bit annoying. Like her reactions to stuff is overdone. Like
people are gonna nitpick on anything.
Nitpick on everybody.
Yeah.
So that's coming soon this evening.
Go watch her review. I've stopped watching it after like episode 2. Okay, so any more comments you want to address? Or
everyone's just saying sorry, David, for your grandma.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wait, is there anything that I have wrote down on my list before I wanted to?
Oh wow, welcome. 130 people, yes.
Oh, okay.
260.
Very good. So actually yesterday.
Yes.
I learned another life lesson which I had already learned from you and Danny. No, because yesterday I had
and Danny and I.
Yeah, because the life lessons that I learned from just observing my surroundings, you know. So I rep like from our Naked Soul Lives, we had a collab with the guys at Hangout Soul, the two handsome guys.
Yeah.
They are a Korean streetwear brand. I wear them on my Instagram all the time. And he sent me a text. One of them sent me a text. One that I'm closest to because I knew him from London.
Yeah.
He was like, by the way, this is when I was in London. He was like, I am not doing Hangout anymore. And I was like, oh my god, what happened? And I was like, we need to catch up when I get back. So yesterday I had dinner with them and like our group, London group, and I asked him what happened, and like obviously without getting into too much detail, it's just basically like, friends should not go into business. Something about like, just like,
hey, why are you framing me and Danny like that we got like a breakup or whatever?
It is basically, but they were just like, I was like, so you guys don't speak anymore? Like something happened with like accounts and whatnot, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, like they completely is clean separation. We don't even talk anymore. They've had a friendship for like 8 years.
Whoa, that's wild.
8 years, and now he's like, I don't speak to him anymore, and I was like, that's sad.
Yeah, but like it is like the golden rule. Like, don't do business with your friends or like the only thing I think it's tolerable is doing business with your family. Yeah. But
even family sometimes there's.
Yeah, like close family, not even like your cousin or like your actual family. But if money's in the way, if like different perspectives, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
work ethic or.
Yeah, all those stuff like clash together, and it's not wise to do business with, friends.
Yeah, so I was like, that is so sad, but that is the lesson that I learned.
And honestly, I will say like there were conflicts between me and Danny, but the thing that binded us for like 7 years was a very strict contract.
Yeah, that's why contracts exist.
Yeah.
That's
like
why it exists.
even between friends, you need very strong and strict contracts. They need to be clear. And because we were clear on that point, we could, go on for 7 years. But then like what happened was just life in general. It's like we turned 30. We go our own paths. So.
Aunt Anna and David doing business together.
No, we have separate channels, which I like a lot. Anna has like double my viewers, but I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there. And we have separate streams of income here. So super chats, please. Christmas presents, please. But yeah. Anyways. Okay.
My business partner of 7 years cheated me and lied and wanted it all to be about him. Contracts are a must. Ooh.
Of course, contracts are a must.
Basically, you can't even trust family sometimes. Even family betray each other sometimes because of money.
Yeah, our family has money issues, I would say.
Yeah, on my mom's side, I had my mom's brother always asking us for money, this kind of thing. Oh, thank you, Liège, for the £2. Yay!
Hey, pizza fam, what are you doing? Okay,
thank you. Sometimes people outgrow each other, and even as a business perspective, this is just what happens.
It's
just what happens. Yeah. And thank you, Sith BK, to welcome to Banana.
Hey, I have a membership too, so please join to get your name highlighted in the chat. Okay, so
David constantly mentioning Anna's numbers. Yes, 60. And please use the emojis because they're fun.
Okay, I think
shall
we should
get into
go.
the main news?
Okay, let's go in.
I was
Okay,
gonna chat
so
too.
let's tone down the mood a little bit. Okay. Can I just address that one more time? So, sorry about that, but the audio should be here again. But yeah, basically, there's nothing more to it. Lee Sung-kyun, the actor of Parasite, My Mister, and a lot of good dramas and movies, just committed suicide. He ended his own life, and he was found in the middle of Seoul in Jongno-gu in his own car, and he ended his life using 번개탄.
Yeah, how do you say that in English?
It's like coal.
Coal, I guess he uses like carbon monoxide
Yeah.
to basically.
Like
We have to be very
suffocate.
careful about this subject on YouTube. as well.
Right.
Unalive himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like a common way. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to say common, but it's like a very well used.
Because I think it just puts you to sleep.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
kind of.
like the most easiest way out.
Right, and it's the kind. It's kind of like the what do you call it? Easiest material you can buy.
To get that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the tragic incident that happened, and the whole nation was shook. I was shook yesterday when I was like in the morning, like out of nowhere at 11 a.m. or something. Like there were reports coming here and there that Lee Sung-kyun was found dead.
Yeah, okay, and then I also saw these. He left a farewell note because obviously he has a wife. Isn't she also an actress?
Yes.
Yes, he
She's
has a
famous
wife,
actress.
and he also has two kids,
Kids,
two sons. They've already apparently been sent abroad to avoid all this drama back in Korea.
Yeah.
So he left a farewell note in his house, and his wife found it, and that's why she ended up calling the police and reported him as missing. He left a note saying, "There's nothing that can be done, and this is the only way, as in this is the only way out."
Yeah.
He also left a message to his company, his agency, saying, "I'm sorry that the penalty fees for the adverts in the films are so high because obviously after a scandal like this, cheating scandal, drug scandal, then." If you're a celebrity and you have adverts, then you have to pay huge fines
Right.
for bringing the image of the brand down.
Right.
This
So
happens.
the agencies will probably have to cover those fees
Yeah, they
even
will have
after
to cover
his
his
death,
death.
because it's breach of contract.
Yeah. So he was saying, "I'm sorry, there's no way out." And to be honest, I was saying this to my friend, like, obviously this is terrible, but like, if I were him too, I would be kind of maybe thinking the same thing. Like, there's,
No, I mean,
there's like
everybody has their own viewpoints on this. First of all, I think it's very tragic.
obviously.
Yeah, I think I feel a lot of like empathy, empathy towards him. But, on one side, I'm like, was that the best option for him?
Like-
Truly.
Like even
I-
Jung Jun-young and
Yeah.
Seung Lee, those people are still like,
I mean, people are built differently.
Yeah,
on the
it's
inside.
like,
there's like a tolerance level
Yeah.
of what you can
of
take.
what you can withstand.
Right, but Lee Sung-kyun, like he had a lot of weight on his. Like Seung-mi and Jung Jun-young, they're not even married. They don't have like a lot of
Yeah.
obligations.
Yeah.
But like he was a father of a family,
Yeah.
and I guess my personal view is that of course there were like the weights and issues of like money and like the contracts and drugs and all that kind of stuff. But I would have personally been more ashamed of like the allegations for like sexual,
Yeah, he was cheating on his wife, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like 100%.
Yeah, so like you have two children.
Yeah.
Your sexual activity is like just publicized all over the world.
Yeah. And actually, the day before this accident happened, the recorded phone conversation between him and the 29-year-old madame of like the club, like what do you call it?
Room salon
club. It all got leaked, so everyone listened to it.
I didn't hear that.
I listened to it on YouTube.
What was like the content of it? Just
basically,
briefly.
Wait, hold on. So the madame, actually, she's my age, David. She is 29.
Yeah.
She looks way older.
It was sexual, like the leaked audio.
Yeah, that's what she looks like.
Okay, but
she looks like typical.
I don't know if you can show her face. Like I think that's kind of like dangerous.
But it's all over the.
But like in Korea, even if like the person is a criminal, she can sue you for defamation.
Well, anyway, she on the phone she called him up, and then she was like, she was like, I've been interrogated by police, and they are saying they know absolutely everything.
Yeah.
I think somebody has tapped, has left like a recording device in my house because they know everything that went on between me and you.
Yeah.
Like they know that you've used to come to my house a lot.
Once that kind of stuff gets leaked,
yeah.
The mental pressure, the emotional pressure is like just so.
And basically, apparently, he was married, but he did frequent her club a lot, and he would get very drunk, and afterwards he would just be like, oh, let's go back to yours, and then apparently she'd be like, because he was so drunk, and then she would take him to her house. Apparently he would be like, Yagi-sa, like, do you have any like substances?
Yeah, I mean, let's just leave it there because
so that's why. So people think that the phone call being leaked like pushed him over the edge.
I think that's the catalyst.
Yeah, probably.
That's definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of I think the criticism, the public opinion right now is like, despite all of this coming out, I mean, okay, let's say the allegations are true. He did drugs. He did like the sexual activities with the madame or whatever. People are still saying that the police and the government or whatever, whoever was the main, who led this case, like the press, the media, the police, like they've gone too far this time, and even like the people that have consumed this article, like So I don't know. I feel like that's the case too. Like the police in the beginning, they kind of started without like any like very concrete lead, and then they started like leaking, or they started like publicizing all the information to the media, and the media like made a whole show out of it because it was getting clicks and views. And I was kind of disgusted, when someone commits suicide or someone dies on YouTube, and like when that video is like monetized or whatever, people criticize a lot. But like the news channels,
it's the same.
They just like put in ads everywhere.
Yeah, it's the same.
Right.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, and it was not even like an after, like what we're doing right now. We're covering his news after his death, right? But like right after, like it was like breaking news, and they were putting in ads everywhere, and
that's how. Like,
and people don't criticize the news agencies for that.
Yeah,
like,
but that's their job to break the news. So I guess.
But
also another thing. So the woman. So basically, they're saying that phone conversation that even got leaked. They are suspicious that the madame and like she was in with other people just to like extort money. From him.
She was basically blackmailing.
Yeah, she was basically blackmailing him. She was like, oh yeah, these people that are investigating me, they say they want money, because they have so much information on us and on you, and like it can ruin your career, your public image. Okay, she's 28 actually, identified as A.
And apparently there was 19 hours of questioning, interrogation for him.
Yeah.
So like, what kind of person would withstand that? Like 19 hours. That's like, you barely get any sleep.
She was trying to extort 50 million Korean won, which is about 40k USD. She was the female manager of an entertainment establishment. They extorted him. He actually paid that 300 million Korean won, and then he reported it to police because he was like, I actually don't think this is right.
I mean, So many details, but what use of it? What use is that now?
My heart goes out to his wife and the kids.
Me too.
The most.
Me too.
Because yes, I feel bad for him, but they're left having to deal with the consequences and the shame and the embarrassment. It's kind of selfish in some suicide. Sometimes it is selfish because you're just like, I can't deal with this pain anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that person is in very much pain, but what about your family that you're leaving behind?
Yeah.
How are they gonna carry on?
Right. Honestly, I could never commit suicide because of the fact of I would think my mom and think of my mom and my dad and like my other families, and I could never.
Yeah.
But I guess it was a very difficult, decision for him. He had other factors as well, like contracts and stuff. Like I guess he couldn't just bear with it. Like he would have to work all his life to,
But he's still an A-list actor. Like there are people.
I think he could have rebounded for sure.
He has to really work hard for several years, but they make so much. They have the potential to make so much money.
Yeah.
Korean celebrities can make.
But those breach of contracts, it's like you have to pay tenfolds of what you're used to get. So I think the easiest way out in these cases is usually just to disappear. So that's why a lot of politicians, celebrities, when they're in scandals and they're effed up with contracts and stuff, they're I have no way out. So
yeah, to be honest, I mean, like I said, I think if I were him, I would feel that immense pressure too, and I'd be like, okay, I just don't want to be here anymore. That's what I would have said too. But imagine being his wife now.
I mean,
your husband cheated on you, and the whole nation knows about it.
Yeah.
Your kids, you're sending them abroad because you don't want them to deal with the drama here. And now you have to deal with this, the funeral, everything. My heart goes out to his wife the most.
And kids.
Yeah, and kids.
Must be really hard.
And to be honest, yes, I feel bad and yes, he's been witch hunt and he's been extorted. Very bad for the actor, but also he should just not have gone to this room salon as well in the first place and been cheating with the lady.
Let's just not talk about his faults or whatever. But once the person's already gone. So
how old are the kids? I think they're
I'm not sure, but
I think teens.
It's probably not good for their mental health right now. Their state is.
Yeah. So sad news, but this is all the stuff that's been on in the news.
And it's such a big tragedy because it's such a big comparison to G-Dragon's case too.
Oh yes.
So if you see G-Dragon's news, let me show you. So he was investigated on the same thing.
Yes.
And but he was found innocent. You couldn't find any substances of drugs or whatsoever. So he used his lawyer to sue everybody who put up malicious comments or fake news on the internet and stuff like that. And after that, he even made this Just Peace foundation for anti-drugs. And he donated 300 million won in the name of his group and fandom, VIP. So yeah, G-Dragon actually rebounded out from this, 200%, because now he's actually announced that he's going to resume activities.
Yeah.
He's going to drop solo albums and stuff.
Yeah.
He used this as a turning point for him.
Yeah.
And it must have been really hard to withstand all that spotlight and speculation for a whole time. But him being the big celebrity he is, I'm pretty sure his mentality is now
Yeah, he's been famous for how many years?
Yeah, for his whole life.
Yeah, his
probably.
whole life.
And yeah, he dealt it in the best way he could.
Yeah, this was the best in terms of public relations as well. That was the best thing to do to set up his foundation.
Right.
Also, I got a super chat. Thank you. Everyone hates joy. Hey, Anna and David. I wonder if public reputation and cannabis will be less scrutinized after this. Love your channel so much. No.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
It's not an issue. I mean, it's not the issue about cannabis and weed.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah. It's more than that. It's just, all these allegations combined.
I mean, yeah, we've said it on other KPC episodes as well, but drugs, just very old-fashioned view. People generally will think the weed will be a gateway to other harder drugs, and I do think there is truth in that.
Yeah.
There is truth in that.
What did you say? Sorry.
I said weed can be a gateway drug for other stuff.
Yeah.
Harder stuff.
Yeah.
I think there is truth to that.
Yeah.
So just because of this incident, that like people's view in Korea of cannabis or weed is not going to make any difference. Yeah. No.
It's like the gateway theory, you can say it's debunked or whatever, but of course there will be minor cases that people use it as a gateway, and especially in restricted places like Korea. But more than like the gateway thing, Korea has like a consensus that the law should be abided, like no matter what.
Yeah.
You should be like a good citizen.
Yeah.
And if the law is broken, whether it be like irrational or not, in that state, you've already broken the law knowing that it's illegal. So it doesn't matter if it's like a weak drug or whatsoever. You're just breaking the law knowing that you are breaking the law.
Yeah.
So there's like no justification behind that.
Yeah.
So until the law changes, or like until like weed is like publicly known as like a medically safe or whatever, weaker than alcohol and whatever, like people know that already. But the reason they're just restraining from it is because it's against the law. And they don't see people who break the law, like whatever, whether it's weed or like stealing bicycles or whatever, they don't see them as like nice people. So, yeah.
Do Korean police actually try to shut down the brothels, or are they paid to look the other way because of the rich clients?
They're not paid to look the other way, but
It's just so rampant.
they just exist.
Yeah, they just exist
Yeah.
everywhere, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like the police have better things to do than to like, go brothel to brothel and like inspect.
That's not a brothel, though. That's like a club.
So in my knowledge, for you to get caught, like for you to get what do you call it? Prosecuted or charged
Yeah.
of prostitution or buying sex, you need to be caught in the scene, like in action. You need to be having like a sexual activity right in front of the police officer. So it needs to be like a very like, impromptu charge into the place, and he needs to open the door and has to see you doing that, and there needs to be a trail of transaction as well.
And actually, this particular club that he was at, the room salon, that's not. It's just like a drinking place.
So
you don't actually do it there.
You can't have any legal grounds to prove that there's any like prostitution going on over there. So like these places just are publicly open. And,
so like what happens, like clients can come to these places, they meet these kind of special girls, they will drink, get to know each other, they will probably go to a separate place to do the deed, but they don't actually like do the boom. It's not like Amsterdam, like red light district. It's not like that.
Right.
Actually, the more like the private actual brothels. It's like just like the one room like Officetels in Gangnam.
Right,
Those are like the actual
Right.
brothels actually.
Yeah.
But these kind of room salon clubs, they're not brothels. It's just like a kind of high class drinking place where you can meet these ladies who are willing to do that to like
they'll
be
probably
paid
go
for
to
sex.
hotels afterwards.
Yeah, hotels or that kind of thing. But you don't actually do it at the establishment.
Yeah,
No.
or maybe you could. There were
Maybe you
certain
could.
celebrities that were caught doing it.
Yeah,
like
maybe you could.
Deng 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 Deng. I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but he was caught doing a lot of meth and famous for doing stuff in the bathroom in those kind of clubs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like more of those private, like small one room like Officetels in Gangnam.
It's called OP.
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 Yeah, it's
And
like
there's like, if you go around Gangnam Street, I was in Gangnam yesterday night.
Yes.
There are like these leaflets on the floor with like these naked ladies, half naked ladies,
Yeah.
and they say like, 30 minutes, 1 hour, like $100, $200, stuff like that, and it's just like everywhere.
so like a lot of the stuff that you might see on TikTok about like, oh, my Korean apartment in Gangnam.
Yeah.
Is actually those kind of rooms exist for those kind of girls as well.
Right.
It's literally they live in those types of rooms. They get clients sent to their
Right.
house, their room, and that's how they do their
Yeah, so like
business.
my friends, they are like all in their early 30s, and if they don't get married, they live in a lot of Officetels.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking into moving into an Officetel as well. But whenever I go like hang out at my friend's place, like a nice ass Officetel in Yeouido or like the business district, we order food, and then whenever I go out to take it, there's like this very old man with like a very big belly, and he's like usually drunk and standing randomly in front of a room, like ding donging, and then once the door opens, there's like this very gorgeous lady, and it says like come in. So that's like all the Officetels stuff going on over there. So it's very, very common.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda, thank you for doing this live tonight. You are certainly covering so many topics that tie into the same thing. Stay well, thank you. Yes.
Wait,
So yeah, it's so tragic for Lee Sung-gyun and his family, and I do think it's like it is social pressure. There is a factor of social pressure from the society as well. Like there was brutal force from the police investigation as well. And then I think the unforgiving public of Korea is another factor.
yeah, for sure.
And like people like to gossip about this kind of stuff too much. Like they consume it as like tea, actual tea. And they're quick to judge. They just jump on conclusions. They don't care about the facts. They just hop onto the sensationalism, the bandwagon, and they just like comment whatever, spread fake rumors without like facts, and that just kills the celebrities. I feel like, you know, even if it's not a celebrity, like any kind of scandal or
Public
issue.
figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Everyone's arguing here, like, alcohol is way worse. South
Of
Korea's
course,
a
it's
raging
gonna-
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Alcohol is.
This is
really
why I
bad for
don't
you
even
too.
bother about talking about weed to a Western audience.
I've even
because
had-
the same things
Same
are.
always. It's like, how
Yeah.
can you say weed is better? Like,
alcohol is
yeah,
stronger.
we've talked about this so
yeah.
many times. I've even had some people in Korea being like, I don't drink because drinking is so bad for you, but I actually think smoking is better for you than
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah.
There's so many arguments.
I mean,
like
if
this.
you go that route, if you take everything rationally, and if you disregard culture or like historical background in any country, like what are you gonna say about women's rights in like the Middle East or whatever? Like dispute about that, like rationally and scientifically, okay? So like, you know, it is what it is in Korea, and it's going to change if people accept it more widely. But for now, like it's illegal, and you can't do anything about it. The social consensus is like that. So, yeah.
Wait, Archie says, yeah, I was wondering how much social pressure and unforgiving public was going to come up. That and be a bigger factor than the actual scandal itself. Yeah, the unforgivingness. Yeah. Couldn't he have just left the country? I think it was more like the shame that he brought to his
Right.
family, and also the huge fees that he would have to pay back.
Yeah.
Just everything on top of him. He was just like, I'm done with this life. Done. Yeah.
South Korean people can be unforgiving and judgmental. So I actually studied on this while I was doing my master's studies for like K-pop fandoms, because it's related. How like K-pop fandoms are more Korean fandoms are particularly more unforgiving than Western fandoms, and it's because like in general, like the Korean public and the fandom, like there's like a overlapping space over there. But in general, Korean people have like a high sense of morality, even if they are not clean themselves. They just have a high sense of morality. Their standards are based on Confucianism and also like being a good citizen, conforming to society. If you get out of that box and do something weird or like something outlaw, you know, they just instantly try to judge and like witch hunt, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't think it's a good thing. Like sometimes it can be good, like in the overall society, like for instance, like there's low crime rate, it's safe, you know, like during COVID or whatever, everyone conformed or whatever. Like sometimes specifically it can be good, but like in like these cases, like once you like start witch hunting and just criticizing and all that kind of stuff, it's not good. Yeah.
And Korea is such a small country, compact country as well. Whenever something like this happens, it just like spreads like wildfire. Everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this kind of issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let me just address a super chat. Sorry, like I just feel bad that I can't say anything about it because like it's such a heavy topic. But I skipped Ashwarya Kumyar's super chat. Thank you for the $4. Erico English, your super chat is not popping up. Oh, here we go. So thank you for the $20. I'm a Japanese 66-year-old lady living in Florida. A late Christmas present for you guys. I will go to Japan. Fukuoka is your hometown. Visit Busan next March. I've never been to South Korea. Welcome to South Korea. Welcome to Busan, my hometown. Literally the best. I'm biased, but I love Florida, even if I haven't been there. But Merry Christmas, Merry belated Christmas to you.
Happy
Happy New Year.
holidays.
Yeah.
Wait,
Korean culture and society is where the US was in the 50s. Yeah. But you know what's ironic? A lot of the Asian countries nowadays are kind of scared to become like the US right now. Because they're like, oh, we don't want that political correctness coming into our country. That it's gone overboard in the US.
It's too woke.
Yeah, like there I see a very anti movement going on.
That's kind of generally not just in Korea, but like I see this kind of like this really too far like leftism.
And usually the main subject for that is America when they talk about it. So
I see that kind of general feeling growing anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got super chat.
Wow.
And Chenami, thank you for the membership. Thank you for joining. Hold on, let me read. Patrick O'Brien, thank you. What is the standard of living for someone who did everything right in Korea? How much should you be making at 28 if you went to college, made good grades? What does a typical 28-year-old earn and have done if they have done good? Okay, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, you go on first.
So if everyone has done right in Korea, how much should they be making at age 28? If
Everything
you're doing well
right
for yourself.
Like you go to Sky. Is that
If you went to, I'm guessing that's what he's asking. Like if you just kind of did well for yourself after first of all, Korean guys have to go to military for 2 years, so they have like a slight delay.
Yeah.
But after that, if you
28, you're just entry.
Yeah, you're literally just entering the corporate market. So even if you have a good starting out job, you're still like in the early baby stages of your career.
Yeah. So my standards for doing everything right would be going to Sky University.
Like the Ivy Leagues
yeah,
of Korea.
and then going to Samsung Electronics.
Yeah.
That's like the most elite course you can get as
the most well-known companies like Hyundai or Samsung or LG.
Yeah, and if you go in entry level, I would say like after tax you would get like maybe $3,500, something like that.
That's a good entry position job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've seen, I also in more and more cases in Korea, more people are like, some people start businesses like online business or like advertising agencies or whatnot, even like during high school, and they suddenly do super well.
Yeah.
And then they carry on doing that. I mean, that's the case where they've done really well. But like the traditional done well for yourself route would be go to a good Korean university, go through military, and then come out and like get a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the top tier would be going to med school or law school.
Oh yes.
And then go into like a law firm and become a doctor, then you would get like probably more than that, probably like 5K per month, and then go upwards from that. And then below that would be going to like a Sky University, going to Samsung, Hyundai, LG, whatever, stuff like that. But isn't it kind of ironic whenever you think about that? Like in Korea, like Seoul University, Korea Yonsei, like nobody knows it in
the rest of the world.
in a global scale, but we're all just fighting among each other.
It's
like,
kind of ironic.
Like try to go in there and like, you know, their end goal. Like I'm sorry, I'm not trying to degrade like company workers or anything, but their life goal is to go into Samsung Electronics.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ironic, you know, if you think about it. So.
But a lot of people get entry jobs at Samsung, and they have more ambitious.
Yeah.
If they're a developer or like if they want to start their own startups or start their own things, if they're more entrepreneurial.
Right. But like the irony I see is like among my friends, I have a lot of people that have gone that elite course, and while they are satisfied with their lives because they are in the top tier of the pyramid probably. But then they still have jealousy towards like the entrepreneurs or like
People
the
who do
businessmen,
businesses,
and they're like, this guy didn't even go to nicer school than me. Like I grinded my ass and I was like on top of my class for the whole thing, and then this guy like who's doing a random restaurant's doing better than me, and they always feel that kind of jealousy towards like I don't know, self-made entrepreneurs or something like that. So it's very ironic in in that case, yeah.
Thank you, Cassandra, for the $2. I love the travel vlogs, Anna. Oh, thank you so much. I actually got like an email offer from this company. They were like, they're sending influencers in like second week of January to go to Mongolia for 5 days. They said they will cover the flights, tickets. All I need to do is just make the content.
Yeah.
Should I go?
To where?
Mongolia.
That's nice. Been. Take me, please.
Maybe I'll think about it. I haven't replied to the email yet.
That's nice. Yeah. I'll go.
But back to the subject of this, like careers and stuff. Also, because I've spoken to, because you know, like usually, especially from my parents' generation, they always view like doctor or like the lawyer, like Tom Winjing, as like the most coveted kind of jobs, and especially for like a husband material, they really want that kind of job for their daughters, kind of thing. But I've also, I've spoken to doctors, a few of them, and some like it's like two cases, like either because you know to study to becoming a doctor is so hard.
It's so
you
hard.
Slave away at med school.
Yes.
You have no social life. You have to study 10 times more than everyone else to even like to get to be a doctor. So it's like mad respect. But some people either like because they've been so disconnected from like society and like living, they're either like a bit weird in that.
They don't have a sense of like, you know,
social
they don't know
how to socialize.
Yeah.
Or they're like they suddenly become like all partiers, like because they want to like
I've seen a lot.
Yeah, they want to recoup all their years that they spent studying inside their rooms. And like, oh my god, now I've achieved my dream of becoming a doctor. I don't give a f about anything. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna party.
So this is a very widespread stereotype. But you know, like there's a saying that avoid dating doctors that have just became doctors, like finished their internship residence. And that's because they're this like, reason. I'm gonna compensate myself for all that work, all that, you know, studying. I'm gonna meet this girl, that girl. I'm just gonna toy around. And then like at the end, like after enjoying, like girls are gonna line up because you're a doctor, just because of the fact you're. So I'm like, I'm in the, you know, the position to choose here. So like I've seen a lot of my friends getting toyed around by like these newly, you know, appointed doctors.
Yeah, they're that.
And I tell them like, he's not serious with you. Like he just literally became a doctor and he didn't even touch a girl's hand for like 10 years. Like, let
me ask, in the US, is it the same? Is like are doctors viewed like just as highly as they are in Korea?
Probably.
It's like if you say like I'm dating a doctor, do people think like wow that's like really?
Yeah, it's a respected job.
Like, can you guys give me your opinions? Yeah. Because I think in the US, yes, they earn, like, doctors do earn a lot, but there are also other professions that also
doctors, lawyers.
More.
Pretty much the same.
Finance guys, yeah. Business people.
Finance guys aren't really put up on a pedestal in Korea, though.
Yeah, they have a bad reputation.
Yeah.
I got it. Wait, hold on. Patrick, thank you for, again. So all the hustle and grind for 40K a year, take home at 28. Why isn't there more rebellion to this path? I feel entrepreneurship should be hot. Well, first of all, the average income level compared to the US in Korea is really like a lot less. So even if you're earning 40K a year entry level, that's actually really, really, really good. Cost of living here is way, way less than in the US as well.
And also in our parent generation, I don't know what triggered it, but every one of my parents and every parent I saw, like either my friend or whatever, they just firmly believe that education and studying and being best in your class is the number one way to climb up the social hierarchy and the ladder. And that's been like, you know, just forced into everybody's minds. Yeah.
People saying, yes, I'd say so. Yes, in the US it's a big thing to date a doctor. Doctors and lawyers are highly coveted. Yes. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Let me read a super chat. Thank you, Teha Ko, for the $5. It's been a while since I viewed your channel due to work schedule. Taking care of my mom. Always appreciate your takes on all things Korea. Thank you. Thank you so much, Teha. Okay. Yes, it's respected but not above other great positions. Doctors are hot, but they were hooking up with other doctor nurses throughout med school. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, you know, like the doctor and nurse chemistry, you know, you see that a lot happening, but the doctors are rarely serious. with those relationships. Yeah, especially with the nurses. So
Yeah, but I must say in Korea, like literally girls will line up to date a doctor. It doesn't matter
even
what
if
he
they're
looks
like,
like.
you know, their face is like,
literally, even if he's like literally not attractive at all, they'll be like, "Oh, doctor, let me get married to you."
yeah,
It's literally like this, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, finance guys don't have such a good reputation because they have like the image of like they have to
Drinking all the time.
they have to like you know be with their clients. They have
Yeah.
to go drinking. They go to like these room salons.
And they don't look fancy like the New York, you know, Wall Street
Finance guys
yeah,
in
yeah.
suits.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah, Korean finance guys are different.
Do they not wear suits too?
No.
Do they not?
No.
They do.
They do wear suits, but I don't know why. But like the New York guys versus the Yoido guys, they kind of have a different
I think
vibe.
it's romanticized in Hollywood.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah.
Suits.
Yeah, they don't have like those Bluetooth like thingies and like like sell it right now. Yeah, you know, go in. Yeah.
Yeah. David, would you want to date a doctor? Female doctor?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why
She's
not?
busy all the time.
Why not? Why not?
Rich.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. What made us talk about this
I
topic?
don't know why did we like on this
it was
tangent?
a super chat or something,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, it was about why what would be a good thing to do at 28.
But this is like an issue for me as well because like I'm in my marriage age bracket as well. But like I'm like a freelancer, you know, like I'm a YouTuber. I do like a lot of freelance stuff. So it's very hard to be accepted socially as like a stable or nice husband material from like girls or parents. So I'm kind of having like, you know, struggles nowadays too, like thinking about this. You know, people would prefer like office guys or doctors or you know more like stable jobs than dating freelancers and stuff. So
Maybe it's also like the job that we have. When people find out that you're a YouTuber, suddenly like it. Obviously, when people like if you have a normal job and then you go like on first date, for example, they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And you can just be like, "Yeah, I'm in finance or I'm a software developer." So they're like they understand what you do. But when people find out that you're a YouTuber, they have suddenly asked like the most questions that they wouldn't ask to most other people. They're like, I had literally a guy ask me like, how much do you pay in taxes? How much do you pay in like literally just asking like how much do you earn? Like how do you do this? And I was just like
because it's like a relatively unknown job.
Yeah.
For people.
I was just like, would you ask that to anybody else on a first date? Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it's a bit funny.
Yeah. So should we go on to the next one?
What was the next topic?
The next topic is yes, we gotta talk about this.
Okay,
So-
you can read it out.
Okay, so the next news is basically more strollers are sold for furry companions than infants.
Oh.
Yeah, and I thought this was a cute news at like first sight, but if you read it, you know, the sales of pet strollers exceeded those of baby strollers for the first time. So it's pets against babies
Can
now.
you not use the same one for a pet
They're
or
kind
a
of
baby?
different. Like look at this. Look at this on the screen.
Oh,
Like it's
chihuahuas,
not for Chihuahua. There are 3 chihuahuas
my
on a
babies.
pet stroller. And according to G Market, the total strollers sold on the platform during the first 3 quarters of this year, those for pet animals accounted for 57%, while for human babies, it's 43%. So pets have exceeded the actual human babies now. And this is, you know, this is just an indicator that Korea is just effed.
I feel like we talk
Population-wise.
about this every week. and
Yeah, but like
it's
it's what
just so
sells.
depressing.
It's what sells.
Yeah, even in Korean news, if it's like a slow news day, slow
Yeah.
news week, they always be like, our population is dying,
Yeah.
we're fucked. Like this
This has
literally-
been going on for like the past year.
Yeah.
I swear, like every single day on the news.
I feel like this news also doesn't help the problem either.
I think it does.
Does
like
it?
yeah, because like after this news has become like a hot potato, I've seen a lot of like government policies get switched up like in favor to the like marriage and having more babies. So actually, my friend is giving birth to his second child soon, and what he said is like he's getting so much government funds that it's like a second income for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's getting 100만 원 per baby.
Oh, really?
$1,000 per baby per month. So that's $2,000 And like if you buy in bulk, like the diapers and the milk and whatever in Costco or whatever, he has some of that money left. So it's like, oh, I'm living that nice life, you know,
okay,
with the baby. So
pretty decent.
Yeah. It raises awareness.
Thank you, Flo. Happy New Year, and let me buy your first drink. Cheers to another great year. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Super chats in my channel too, please.
Do you have any New Year's plans? Like any party?
No.
Nothing?
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. There's always a lot of like end of year events. Like tomorrow I'm going to another influencer event, like with Subini and a lot of other influencers.
Yeah.
Will be there. So yeah, I don't have my party on the 31st with friends and stuff.
Okay, that's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think of these what do you think of these dog strollers though?
For tiny dogs, I don't know. Do you guys have dog strollers in the US?
I think that's a unique thing in Korea too. Yeah. I don't know where it
started.
In the
US, you would just walk your dog.
Yeah, you would be seen weird if you have a dog on a stroller. But even my aunt has a dog stroller.
Really?
Yeah.
But why? What's the like? Why would you instead of just walking them?
Well, sometimes I guess like the function for it is like if you go indoors to a department store, you carry your dog on a stroller. Or if the dog is super old, it's like wobbling and not able to walk, they put it on the stroller and get some fresh air outside.
He says, aren't pets supposed to get exercise?
Exactly. Yeah. Only in Beverly Hills, says Exo.
Or maybe if you want to take your cat outside, I don't know.
You know, cats have these like UFO backpacks.
Bags.
Yeah. They have like little astronaut,
you
know, glass, and then the cats peek out.
Yeah. I understand cats because they probably don't want to walk outside. It's a bit overwhelming.
Patrick, here is your equal attention. Super chat, David. Yes. If you have 2 children, do not ever give preferential treatment. We also have doggy car seats, whatever that is.
Like dog car seats.
Dog car seats. Yeah. Okay, but it's cute and sad news at the same time. I just thought so. It was funny.
외국인에게 한국 열 4가지 조언보다가 여기까지 왔네요. 감사합니다.
Do you guys have any pets? You have a
I have a Chihuahua.
Right?
Yeah, I need to go back to my dad's house. That's one of these. Cause I was gonna actually go around Christmas, but I got so sick. And he was like, "Don't come."
I have 2 Jack Russells too.
Yeah.
Furry babies are really like the best. I understand why people are getting like dogs over babies.
It's less money, first of all.
Less money, less care.
Less care.
You don't have to educate them in hagwons and stuff.
Yeah. There's no competition. You have to go to Sky University.
Exactly, and they don't
cry.
Yeah, they don't cry. They're not like little assholes.
They're not pissy. Yeah, they don't talk back at you. They're just angels.
Yeah, they're just angels. Yeah. They give you unconditional
love. Always greet you when you come home.
Right.
Whereas with your children, when they reach puberty, they're like, I hate you. Yeah. Don't talk to me.
This is why I feel like the next generation is effed. They don't want to take any sacrifices, any nuisances, any like difficulties in life. And you know, having a baby is like probably the best thing you can ever do as a human being. But like the fact that people are choosing dogs over that is just.
I mean, I see. So many people who have children though tell me, Anna, but the feeling that you get when you have your baby, and then when they first start talking, and then they say things to you like, "Oh, I love you, mom. I love you, dad." They're just saying that feeling is not comparable to anything else you felt until that. So we obviously haven't experienced that.
Right.
But they always just say, and then they just say the amount of love you feel for your child is different to anything your love you feel for your partner, your parents, anything. For your kid is different. So until we actually if we get to that, then we won't know. Yeah,
and actually regarding this, recently there was a talk, I think a controversy maybe, about like lawmakers trying to pass the bill to abolish dog meat consumption.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So they're officially trying to ban dog meat in Korea. But I think it got, like just delayed or like just no, it didn't go through or something like that. So I think like animal rights are going up in Korea, definitely like in the pet category for dogs and cats. And statistically, 1 out of 4 people in Korea own a dog. So that's a lot.
You know, when I went to Tokyo, when I went to Japan,
Yeah.
I went past like one of those like pet shops, and it's
Yeah.
like actually the cost of buying a pet there is so high. Getting a cat, they keep the prices super high, so it kind of discourages like just any random.
Yeah, I think that should be the
That
case.
should be the way, but
Yeah.
like for price of just like one, I mean they have really really pretty cats in Japan, really pretty cats, and and I think also because there's a lot of lonely people there, a lot of people own cats and stuff.
Yeah.
I saw one cat that was like on sale on the display for like over 10K, and I was like, oh my god, that's like the entry.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
what the heck? So I mean, I guess that is the better way though to go about it.
But like I feel like Korea has a long way to go in regards to like dogs and cats and caring them and stuff. Like for starters, like the places you say like that, what do you call it? Bunyang? Like 입양?
Pet shop.
Pet shops.
Yeah.
You know, it's so like
Yeah.
you kind of like pass by and they're so cute, waving their tails and all, but it's like kind of sad too.
Yeah.
And I feel like the trend nowadays is going to like the adoption centers, like the what do you call them, stray dogs,
Yeah.
and adopting them.
But I also understand people do if they want a certain breed, like. Yeah, I don't know. If you can get the breed of your dreams at an adoption center,
I mean,
that is the best.
recently, like, you know, I work for Mr. Beast nowadays,
Yes.
and I did one of his videos, his recent video. It's probably public. If it's not public, I'm in deep shit, but I think it's public. Okay, but anyways, his recent video was rescuing 100 stray dogs and adopting it to everybody.
Oh.
And that was like the most heartwarming video ever. Like there were 100 dogs there. Everybody came and got a free dog, and then they did like background checks on the owners and stuff, whether they were responsible people. And like there was like a 3-legged dog which nobody wanted to adopt, and that was so sad. But then someone adopted him, and then Mr. Beast gave him like $30,000 for
Oh
adopting.
wow, good for you.
Like when I was seeing that video, okay, like I'm being an earthly being. If I was in a Mr. Beast video and you went to dog adoption center and you spotted a 3-legged dog and nobody was adopting it, I would go straight for that dog. Like how stupid do you have to be to go bypass that dog? You know, like it's there for a reason.
He has dollar signs in his eyes.
No, the dog was adorable, okay? But it's a Mr. Beast video. Like, there were like 5 people like, oh, I can't do that.
They're short-sighted.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it only has 3 legs though. Like how? You gotta be blind as a bat to not know the intention of of course there's no intention of the dog being there, but of course there would be a
Wait,
extra.
Patrick says, I do not believe that's public. So you just spoiled his new video. He might get in deep trouble.
No, it is public. It is
okay.
public.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Okay.
David spoiled Mr. Beast's new video.
No, it's public. Okay.
Lol.
By the way, all the Korean subtitles and dubbing and all that stuff is done by me, so give me a good compliment.
진짜. Oh, very good.
Okay, super chat, Shireen, thank you. I personally do not like these dog strollers. There's so many in NYC. In NYC, really?
I guess because everyone is more city vibe.
Yeah, I guess.
You see people taking them in bags on the subway.
Oh, right. I also have like a sling bag.
Oh, but I guess if you're in places like LA, like California, we have so much more space.
Yeah.
You'll just take your dogs.
Right.
If I could and I had the space, I would want because I've already had like a very small dog. I really do want to have like a big like retriever or a husky.
Yeah, me too. A big dog. Yeah, I want a big dog.
Have you ever? When I was in London, I had a friend that like just started like raising a retriever.
Yeah.
And even when they're puppies, they're still kind of big, and they kind of put their like paw.
Oh.
It's like big paw. It feels so nice.
Yeah.
And just retrievers, they're just endless love. Like yes.
Right. So
angels.
these angels have won over our hearts.
Angels.
Yeah. Other than like difficult babies of our own.
And like. Yeah, like dogs already live like way shorter life compared to us.
Even yesterday night, I met with my newlywed friends. They've only been married for like 2 years now. I hung out with them and I asked them, "Do you have any plans for babies?" And they're like, "Not in the short term." They're thinking of getting dogs, but not babies.
Yeah.
So
actually, it is a bit of a red flag to me if I ask like someone, especially if I ask a guy, I'm like, "Do you like dogs?" And they're like, "No." I'm like,
It is a red flag, yeah.
I'm like, but why? Are you a psycho?
Yeah,
Like, why? That is a red flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, what is your reason?
Mm-hmm. There's no reason
There is no reason.
Unless
like,
you have allergies or you have PTSD
that would
of
be
getting
like
bit by a dog.
Yeah, that would be the only reason I would
Yeah.
accept. But if they're just like, no, I just don't like dogs, I'd be like, that's a red flag.
It is a red flag.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't believe in like normal red flags people say because that's judging a person by some thing. But like hating dogs is like a
for
big,
no reason.
I
that
can
is a red
understand
flag.
that as a red flag.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're slightly psychotic or.
You can prefer a cat over a dog, but like just single-handedly hating
I don't
a dog.
like dogs. Yeah, that's
It's a red
weird.
flag,
That's
yeah.
weird. Yeah.
No, not wanting a pet is not a red flag, but like just a dog, like the
Like not liking a
existence.
dog. Yeah. That's weird.
Mm.
Wait, do we have any other stuff to talk about?
Yeah, we have a bunch of other stuff to
Okay,
talk
okay.
about. Okay, so we have the next news prepared. Oh, this. So this is kind of weird.
Can
okay.
you? Yeah.
I'll
Please
show
read
you
out
this.
the. Please read out the
Okay, so
story.
apparently in Korea right now, the cash-only trend is surging among Koreans. And this is very weird because like in this era, everybody's using like Apple Pay, like Samsung Pay, digital,
Nobody
Bitcoin.
uses cash.
Yeah, nobody uses
Physical
cash.
cash.
I have not held cash in like years.
Or even
now.
if I have to go to an establishment, they like, say, then I send them like bank transfer on my phone app immediately on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the way I would do it.
Yeah, but like okay, so the essence of this news is that Koreans in their 20s and 30s, in particular, are going back to using physical cash over credit card and all that kind of stuff. And the reason behind that is because to make a forcible habit among themselves to make more purchases, like restrict their purchase like consumer behavior.
They think if they use cash, they will be more like conscious of their spending.
Yeah,
I actually don't believe that.
I believe that because like with credit cards, you spend recklessly.
No, I actually think I spend more recklessly if I have cash.
No way.
No, for me, yes.
No way. You can just see it physically going out from
No,
your
because
hands.
it's like, no, because it's like when you have like a bunch of cash and then it's just like going out. Okay, read the story and actually there's this thing
No.
called girl math that I will actually. Okay,
Okay.
this is a good thing. Girl math.
Okay, so the other part of the story is that people are making like these little cute diaries and they're taking track of like how much cash they use per day, and then they're like, oh, I use this much on kimbap for lunch, and all that kind of stuff, and they're trying to be very like strict with their spending, and the back reason of this whole story going viral is because like the economy is so bad, people are just like struggling with cost and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh wait, first I'll read your super chat in a second, but let me like test because this is like a thing on TikTok where people are like explaining girl math to guys. So let me see what you also guys think about these kind of things.
Okay.
So the thing with cash is some people say if I pay for it with cash, if I already had cash in my wallet, I pay for it, it was free because it never left my bank account. It's girl math.
That's misogynistic.
They're saying if I already had cash just in my bag, and then if I have to pay for something, it's just like, oh, okay, it didn't leave my bank account, the number didn't go down in my bank account.
This
so
is
it
a
was
joke,
free.
right? It's a joke, right?
Yeah, obviously this is all fun, but
Yeah,
this is like how girls calculate it. They're saying this is girl
That's
math.
misogynistic. That's the same as like girls' tea,
Okay, that's
women tea, like that.
But this is it's just like a funny trend.
It's like
on
a
TikTok.
Blondie
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay, so if I paid for a trip or concert tickets 8 months in advance, by the time it actually happens, it's free.
This is
It's
BS.
girl
Like
math.
it's not even funny to me. Like I don't know.
Okay, if something that I usually buy is on sale and I don't buy it, then I'm actually losing money. This one actually makes sense.
Sometimes
This
I
one
feel
makes
like
sense to me.
sometimes this I feel like.
Yeah, this one actually makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If you're buying it usually all the
Yeah,
time,
right,
if
right,
you don't
right.
buy it on sale, then you're losing
That's true,
money.
that's true.
You're losing money.
Like I try to like stack up, like my essentials.
Yeah.
Like for example, I drink 0 Pepsi
Yeah.
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
If I see like 30 can package
Yeah.
of 0 Pepsi on discount on coupon, I would say like it's a rational,
Yeah, if you don't buy it, then you're
behavior.
actually losing money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that one's true.
Am I getting convinced?
Okay, money that you spend abroad on holiday doesn't exist. It's like monopoly money. And obviously, when you're on holiday, you have to experience everything to make the price of the flight worth it. So on holiday, you should not be scrimping saving. You should just be.
That also makes sense.
It makes
too.
sense.
Yeah,
It makes sense. On holiday, you can't just be like, oh, I'm counting pennies. This is what
Yeah, you're gonna be there only once.
Yeah, it's FOMO. Like, why did you go on holiday for? If
Right,
if you just not going to spend money, you might as well just stay at home.
Okay.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Okay.
When you go and make a purchase, like online, like on mobile or whatever, and the money is coming out of your Kakao account, the money that was already in your Kakao account, and there was already some money in there,
Yeah.
that basically means the purchase was free.
I kind of feel like that sometimes.
It's true.
Too. Yeah.
For the US, it's like if you had it in your Venmo or whatever, PayPal or whatever,
Right,
if the money was
right.
already there and you have to make a purchase, it didn't come out of your bank account, that purchase was free.
Right. I feel like that sometimes too because
Yeah.
I usually forget about that money.
Yeah.
And then
It's like, oh, it was already
I feel
there.
so good spending
Yeah.
it. Like, oh, I used it,
My bank account number didn't go down.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me too.
I just used girl math, says people. Yeah.
Exactly,
Oh my God.
it makes sense. Yeah, people are saying, haha, so true. Okay. Yeah. If I eat food that's already in the house, it's free. If I didn't order delivery or go out and spend money, then yeah, that's that's good. That's free.
Is this like a recent trend?
Yeah,
Or-
it's a trend. It's been a trend.
Like this is like the reflection of how people are struggling economically right now. They're gaslighting and making themselves think this BS is true to escape from reality. Yeah, like.
Yeah, and if you find like $50 in a coat pocket from like a year ago, you literally just made $50.
That's kind of true
It's
too.
true.
Because you wouldn't have found it.
Yeah.
And you would have just lost it.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
just This is the epitome of girl math.
Okay.
On a day out, and I'm super tired, but I didn't buy a coffee, then I actually made money that day.
I agree. I agree in that too. Oh my God, why am I agreeing
you
to
see,
everything?
girl math makes sense. It makes sense.
Why am I agreeing to this?
And this is, I'm not really finance related, but this is kind of like girl coded. So you won't relate to this, but girls in the chat, see if
Okay.
you relate to this.
Okay.
So girls, we wear sports bras when we go work out, especially for running because it's slightly more compression, right?
Yeah.
If you go and wear a sports bra, but you haven't sweated in it,
Yeah.
then that's clean, right?
Yeah.
Because if you haven't sweated in it, that is clean. So
Yeah.
that's clean. But if you go out, if you go to work out and you sweat in it once, then that's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But on our normal bras that we wear on a daily
Mm-hmm.
basis, you can wear it once and that's clean, right? You can wear it, but you can wear that same like just normal bra several times
Mm-hmm.
and it's still clean. This is girl math. You only wear, even if you like do activities or whatever in it, like normal bras, you
If you
only
don't
wash.
sweat?
You only wash like maybe twice a month.
Do you actually do that?
The thing is, you're not, because you wouldn't know this because you're not a girl. You're not actually supposed to wash your bras that often because
Okay.
it like the underwire and like it ruins the shape and the thing. So
I would guess like unless you sweat, like there's no reason to wash it.
yeah,
Right?
but they're just saying this is the difference between like a sports bra and like a normal bra. Girls in the chat, you'll understand what I'm saying. He doesn't.
I have no idea, obviously.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Don't give away all the secrets. What am I gonna do with this secret? Like have a bra on? Like, oh, I don't have to wash it today.
Bra math, exactly, bra math.
Yeah.
That was all.
Yeah.
For
But
girl math.
yeah, but I think it's just like going back to the news. I think it's just a little sad that people are kind of, doing this kind of challenge. It's called the cash only challenge, and they even made a hashtag of it. And it's cute and all, but still, it's kind of.
I can't be bothered dealing with cash and coins and change. No.
I once read from like a nice like finance advisory book that the best way to be smart with your finances is just to literally take out your credit card right now and chop it in half.
Why?
Because credit cards are the source of evil in your finances.
How are you going to build credit if you don't use credit cards?
You don't need credit. You just use debit.
You need credit.
You just use debit.
No, you need credit to build up your credit card score.
That's what the capitalist society gaslights you.
How are you going to get like loans and?
I mean, of course, if you're going to get loans for like houses and like big stuff,
yeah.
But like credit cards, if you think about it, you're buying stuff that isn't really essential to your life, and just because you have a credit card.
I always pay everything with my credit card, but I always pay back everything.
But like apparently, if you want to save up money and be a smart consumer, you should only use debit card.
That is not true. Guys, do you agree with this?
Because you need to plan out. You need to plan out your spendings and all that kind of stuff, and it makes you a more frugal person. Yeah.
No, I mean you can still use credit cards and like plan out all your spending and be frugal.
But normal people don't have that much like resisting power.
Also, I think this is different. One thing that's different. I know you guys have like the Klarna, the platform in the US now where you can pay for stuff in installments.
Yeah.
In Korea, this has always been the case. So if I'm paying for like a bag, for example, a designer bag, you always have the option to pay it in like 12-month installments. This has always been the case in Korea. I know people when I was in the UK, you did not have this option. So it's either you pay for a purchase on your credit card, but then you have to all pay it back like the next month. There's no 12-month installment thing. I know Klarna is like the rise of Klarna. Everyone's doing that more now. But in Korea, this has always been the case. So that's always been slightly different. So also why people in Korea can buy designer purchases because there is this installment system. Whereas you guys would be like, how can you make this such big purchase and you have to pay all back the next month?
That's impossible.
Yeah. So, but in Korea, this has always been the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like normally, like if you look at people, like going back to like the luxury craze in Korea, a lot of people buy like Chanel bags and like expensive stuff with 12-month, credit and plans and stuff. And they couldn't buy that if they didn't have a credit card, the existence of a credit card. So like essentially, like it's like girl math too.
Girl math.
They would be saving like thousands of dollars because they're unable to buy a Chanel bag without a credit card, and then they're into debt. They need to pay back like a couple $100 every single month, and then you're kind of losing on like your essentials, like your food and all that kind of stuff. So.
But I never buy anything on my credit card that I can't pay for it outright in cash. Never.
But most of the people out there that don't have financial, education or like that has weak, willpower.
Weak willpower.
Like if you give them a credit card, it's like a big problem for
I have noticed that. Yeah, people are like, okay, no, this is a big purchase, but I'm gonna like really hustle and like really slave away now. This is my motivation. But I'm just like, no, if I can't pay for it outright in cash right now, I won't buy it.
Yeah, then might as well have a debit card. That's it.
No, but it helps you. Credit cards you can use for points, and you build points for stuff, and it does build your credit score. If you pay back the debt.
What have you used for credits? What have you used your credit score for in your life?
Like if I want to get like picture for tons.
Have you ever got it before?
No, but I'm building it up to the point where if I need to use it, then it's good.
You can get loans and mortgages.
Guys, no, I really disagree with what he's saying. Credit cards can be useful. It is good if you're responsible with the debt and you pay it back every month, and they look upon that favorably.
I guess. Like sometimes, like in
just saying to use debit, I think this is not good financial advice. No.
I mean, it was from like a person.
No, you have to use credit cards, but responsibly.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I guess that would have its advantages. If you can manage just going on with debit, that would be good too.
Yeah, people say agree with Anna 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I use credit cards. Like, so last month I used like $4,000 on credit card, and then I had to work my ass off to pay that. And if I didn't have a credit card, if I only had my debit card, then I wouldn't have spent that much.
What did you spend it on?
Just stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah, and this is the normal person. It's like, oh, I can work harder next month. Like my paycheck is coming in 2 weeks, so I have like a little bit of a window, and then I just like go to a restaurant. It's like a couple $100. Like, then just like use. So.
No, I don't pay for stuff unless I know I'm good for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that girl math was fun. Is there anything equivalent like boy math?
Boy math.
I know one boy math.
What?
If a guy in Korea says he's like 176 centimeters, it means he's actually like 172. actual real boy math. Guy saying he's 6 foot, he's actually 5'10", 5'9".
Yeah.
This is the absolute truth.
If he's 178, he'll say he's 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just facts.
Yeah. He'll count his like Dr. Martens like boot, you know, length and height, and add that up into his height.
Yep. So boy math exists too. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I think I have like 2 more.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So this is about money too. Okay,
It's
going
a money
all in
chat today. I mean, I like talking about money.
Yeah.
I like it.
How long do you need to work to buy a home in Seoul? How long do you think you need to
Your
work?
entire lifetime.
Your
For a
entire
normal-
lifetime?
For a normal
Like, let's say you can save 100% of your monthly
salary.
earnings.
What are you earning?
As an average
Something
employee in Seoul, like, you know, like you would earn probably like 3,000 to 4,000. That's even a lot. Like 3,000, let's say $3,000. How long do you think it would take? How many years?
to buy a house in Seoul. Where in Seoul?
Like average house. Like it's not even bougie, just, you know, average apartment house.
Like Shiba?
Yeah, let's say
Shiba?
Shibu, yeah.
How much
Don't
is
do
it?
the math. It's like there's no use. Like if you calculate it, like you have to be instinct. Like
Let's say like 50 years?
50 years.
Yeah.
50 years. Okay. Like okay. So this article calculated that. Oops. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. So a Seoul resident would have to not spend a single dime of their income for 15.2 years to buy a home in South Korea's capital. And yeah, so it's the answer is 15.2,
And not spend anything.
not spend anything.
Yeah.
So normally, how much do you save up like from your salary?
I mean, it
in
depends each
percentage?
month, but I try to do at least like half.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. So like what I've seen from a lot of YouTube channels is like the golden rule is if you're a wise spender and saver, then at least 40% of your income should be saved. And then according to that, if you save 40% of your income and if you're the average worker to buy an average home in Seoul, then it would take you 35 years, something like that, to buy a house. So that's crazy, isn't it?
But this is like people are saying, yeah, it takes 30 years for most Americans to pay off a house.
They get mortgages, right?
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
mortgages.
They get like 30-year mortgages
Yeah.
with like very low interest rates. But that's not the case for Koreans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have like extremely long mortgages. Nowadays there are for like certain government housing, but just for normal housing, we don't have those plans. So it's very, very hard. And those mortgages were the reasons that the subprime like whole crisis, subprime mortgage crisis happened. So like it's very dangerous too.
Yeah, so well, every week all this news is so depressing. You can't buy a house, nobody getting married.
Yeah.
It's
Do you think?
and like I really do want, like, I'm turning 30 in the upcoming year.
Yeah.
So it's like I really do want to find that person that I can really grow something with now.
Uh-huh.
And like the topic of like marriage and like all this stuff is like really on the forefront of my mind.
Yeah.
I'm sure for you too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anytime I talk, like, meet with my friends recently, this is like what we talk about.
Yesterday night, I was hanging out with my married friends. They all bought houses, and they turned out to be really good investments because all housing in Korea probably like went up.
Goes up, yeah.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, wow, that's nice, you know. But then they gave me a different perspective. Like people like us that are freelancers and like sometimes typically have bigger incomes than like average salarymen.
Yeah.
The reason they choose real estate is because their salary gap is just concrete. It doesn't fluctuate, never goes up.
Yeah.
So the only investment they can actually make is like a very stable real estate and like their own house they live in.
Yeah.
But for us, actually my friends recommended like don't go into real estate, don't buy a house. If I were you, I would just go into like the stock markets or like a more like financial like the what do you call it?
Volatile.
Like not like a volatile market, but because we have liquidity. They don't have liquidity. They just like put all their savings into like a
This is
house
safe.
and it's safe.
Yeah.
But for us, you know, we can pull out the money whenever, back and forth, and then if you just invest in like the right stuff, like the S&P 500 or like Nasdaq market, it only went up for like 100 years, right? So like if it goes down, like you're just like the unluckiest person in the world. So if you put it in like the stock market, you can pull it out whenever, like you can chop it into half, like you can invest in other stuff, you can get interest rates. So like they were like, if I were in your shoes, I would not buy a house and I would just like invest in like the American stock market, and that would be better returns. So that was a very fresh approach.
Yeah. Ross, thank you for joining the membership. Welcome. How long is the average mortgage in Korea, David?
Mortgage? So we don't have that much of those plans.
No.
Yeah, we don't. They only recently started coming out for like a specific demographic too. Like only people in their early 20s to 30s that don't have a house and their income is below like $3,000. And you need to be in a certain tier or bracket, and then if you qualify for that, you can get like a mortgage for like 15 years, I think, with an interest rate of like maybe 1 to 2%, very low interest rate. But you can only buy houses that are designated by the government too.
So it's not many options. But everyone in America can apply for a mortgage.
I
right?
think so.
In
Like
the
it's
UK
very
it was
easy
like
to get
that.
mortgages.
Yeah, in the UK it was like that too.
Yeah.
Anna 30. Oh my gosh, she old. Lol. I'm born in 1994, so I know I look younger. Yeah. David and Anna should get married and make a family channel.
Oh, you know what? Yesterday, this is like hot news. Because the government is like so, anxious about like the population and stuff.
Yeah.
They're giving so many benefits to like married couples and babies.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they put out a new effective law that
People that live together.
yeah,
I saw this.
right. So people that live together have same rights as like a married couple. So that's good. That's good for them. So they can get
so even
loans.
just roommates.
Yeah.
Does it have to be like different sex, or can it be same sex?
I don't think it's applicable
it's
to
just
same
roommates.
sex. Yeah,
It's just like you have to be like in a relationship, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know how you prove that. I think
How do you prove that?
a lot of people are just gonna, use it.
Yeah.
But
You and me, let's just do this deal. Let's live together.
Yeah.
Get the benefits.
Might as well,
Yeah.
we should like just,
Yeah, like do the content house like we said.
and then say we're living together, we're looking for a marriage and get all the benefits. Like there's a lot of benefits if you're a married couple in Korea.
I want to actually look this up.
Like you can get so ahead in like the lottery for housing and stuff. You can get loans, everything. Yeah.
Anna, are you getting pressure from your family to marry? No, my dad gives me absolutely no pressure. In fact, he's like, actually, you can just live on. He was like, you don't need to get married.
What about your grandparents?
No, my grandma doesn't care.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Oh, you're blessed.
Yeah.
Grandparents are usually like.
Is it different for maybe boys? Maybe.
I guess it's case by case, but for boys, I think there's more pressure because you are the bloodline of the family.
Yeah.
You need to inherit your,
Yeah, I mean the hangout guy that was hanging out yesterday. He's the only son.
Yeah, I'm the
like-
only son too.
Oh yeah, and like his parents are like they have big business, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh okay, your spouse needs to be really you need to
Right.
vet them.
Right.
That's why also the parents have so much say in the marriage. If they say no, we don't like the girl that you brought, it's a
Yeah.
no. The
So-
marriage is off.
In Korea, like I don't know how to explain this. Hyo. What's hyo?
Giving back to your parents, looking after them,
Like respecting your parents and elders.
yeah,
And,
respecting their wishes.
yeah, that's called hyo. It's like a Chinese character.
Yeah.
It's like a pillar of Confucianism.
Yeah.
So that's why we look up to our elders and respect them so much.
Yeah.
Show manners and
Yeah.
stuff. But sometimes that can be used as like gaslighting.
Oh.
Because like nowadays I feel that. Because my grandparents and my grandma, they always say like, oh, I'm like 90 years old now. I'm going to die soon. But when can I see my grandson? So like if I don't deliver a grandson, I'm like being a disrespectful grandson.
Yeah.
Their great grandson or whatever. Yeah, I'm being a disrespectful great grandson that doesn't grant their parent his grandparents' death wish. Oh, my only wish is to see a grandson before I die, and they're like gaslighting me with death. Like, how can I?
It's a bit extreme.
Oh, I really want to see a grandson before I die. Like, how am I gonna deal with that? You know, like I can't say anything to it. It's the ultimate card.
It's slightly extreme. You have to deal with that, yeah.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
I forgot to read my super chat from earlier from Efren. Hi Anna, first Merry late Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Quick question, the April skin, can it work for men too? I thought I'd try that product to get rid of blackheads off my face. Take care Anna, stay strong. Oh, on my Instagram I did an ad for like an April skin cleansing balm. Yes, it works for men too because it just melts away blackheads. So rub. Do you have blackheads? I mean, everyone everyone has blackheads, but yes, it's unisex, works for men. Thank you for the $25. That was another one. Thank you again, Patrick. You're so kind. All right, Anna. For us aspiring chat boys, what does a man need to be an eligible bachelor for your best girlfriend? And what would be good for your girls?
What's an eligible bachelor?
Eligible bachelor. They're saying like what would make a good husband material, I guess. Yeah, people who are like financially like well knowledge. People who are just like irresponsible. Obviously, you don't want that as your husband.
Yeah.
People who are like not too short-sighted because like can look into the future. Obviously, like if you're like kind and well-mannered, and if you're fun to be around, I think that's also really important for me now. More so than like when I was like in my early 20s. I didn't really care that much if the guy was funny, but now it's like really important to me. If the guy he's nice and decent, but also it's just like not when I'm like when I'm with the guy, it's just like not all that like enjoyable or like fun. Then I'm just like I do get a bit like, but that's not like the biggest thing. But yeah, people who will just look after themselves well, like in terms of their health as well. That's important because you want to live your life with this person. Yeah, all of this.
What I've heard from a lot of like my girlfriends, like a husband material nowadays is whether you side on her during like the parental disputes.
This is kind of unique to Korea, I feel like.
Yeah, like
maybe
a man that stands by his wife's side rather than his mom's side.
Yeah, if he's too much of a mommy's boy, then I think a lot of girls do have like an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday I heard an incident about like my friend's family. So he has a wife.
Yes.
And he has a mom, right?
Yes.
And they were invited like at a family gathering, and the mom was constantly saying like, "So are you?" I didn't really understand, but okay, like be the judge. The mom was saying like, "Okay, are you like preparing yourself for birth? Like, are you taking care of your body?" To the girl. Yeah, and then like like, do you have any plans for a baby and all that kind of stuff? She was asking all that. And then apparently the wife was really pissed off with that because she was like, why is she even asking me this kind of stuff? It's very disrespectful. Like, I'm really offended. It's feeling very pressured. Like, I wish like she would not like trespass into like our, areas and stuff. Like, I will when I will. And, it feels very like pressuring when mom, like the mother-in-law, like ask you that. And then the guy said to his wife, I think it's just like a valid, it is like a valid question like a mother-in-law can ask to her wife, like it's not something outrageous or anything. But then the wife got super mad, like, why aren't you taking my side? Like I said, it's emotionally so pressuring for me and I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. And then the husband was like, but I literally think like the mother-in-law has, if she has interest in you, it's like a genuine question you can ask. And then
okay, the is situational. So it has this. Was this that one time the only one time where the mother-in-law was like, okay, how are you doing? Like, are you looking after yourself?
Yeah, it was a one time. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like consistent.
It wasn't consistent. Yeah.
Okay. Also, have they been trying for a baby for some time and it's like quite stressful for her?
No.
Okay, it's just.
They don't have plans for a baby.
Oh, they don't have plans for a baby.
Any plans?
Oh, so it was just like the dinner. Like, are you like looking after yourself?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't get offended at that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like I think a mother-in-law can say that much at least.
If it's consistent, if she's like calling her up every day, I'd be like, okay, no, go away.
Every single time, like, are you planning babies?
That is stressful.
Yeah, that is stressful, for sure. But like, it wasn't consistent from what I heard.
Oh.
And they don't have any plans for a baby. But like, I don't know. Like, I guess the wife thought it was like intrusion of like personal like perspective or like boundaries or whatever. And she was like, it's kind of a shaming, like embarrassing for like a mother-in-law to ask that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I think she might be, different personalities, isn't it? Like, for me, I wouldn't get offended at this, but some overly emotional people times might. But this is like the kind of talks you need to have before, within yourselves as a couple, before you go out with your families. What's okay, what's not okay. You actually need to talk about this stuff.
What do you think of this?
Okay.
If you get married during Chuseok and like Thanksgiving holidays, normally, traditionally, you go to the guys' family gathering, right? And then the wife's family gathering, you either skip or you go afterwards. But nowadays, like among younger couples, the wives are having an uprising, and they're like, this is not fair, this is misogynistic. Our families are equal, so you go to your family first, and next year we go to our family first, and we go to both families every single holiday. So what do you think about this? Do you think it's like a huge matter in like going to which family first?
To me, I don't really care.
You don't really care?
Also, my cousin, she's married. She also doesn't bring her husband, I guess. She doesn't bring him to all of our family events.
Okay.
Because sometimes she's like, we don't need to do everything together. Sometimes he wants to have his alone time, and sometimes I don't need to go attend all of his family gatherings either. They have this like agreement, like we don't need to do absolutely everything together. So I think that's actually.
But what if you had to go to their family gathering?
Yeah.
And then, like you had to skip yours. So they're like during Thanksgiving, it's either like the family gatherings happening at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to the husbands, but you have to skip your families, and you can't see your parents.
I think that's what happens though most of the time.
That's what happens. That's what happens traditionally. But nowadays, the women aren't putting up for that. They're like, this is BS. Like, this is unfair. I need to go to my family gathering. My parents are, precious to me too. So, like, if you're going to see your parents, I'm going to see my parents too. So, like, let's go to your parents in the morning, and the evening, let's go to ours. But that's not how it's traditionally done, right? Like, usually just go to the husband's parents. So, what do you think on this? Like, what would
I don't
you
know. If I had to do that, then obviously I would go to, and the kids as well, take to the husband's family.
Yeah.
And then after we come back, I'll be like, look after the kids. I want to go see my family. This is the... you don't need to come, but just look after the kids. I want to go and see them.
Wouldn't you require your husband to go to your family side too?
I mean, but it's like, can you do it twice on the same day? I don't know. This is too much headache for. I don't even.
That's
it's
marriage.
not even like reality that is. I don't even want to think about right now. Wait, I read some super chats. Thank you, everyone. Hates joy. It's not valid. I need women to know that I know. What? What does that mean? It's not valid. Well, did we miss something? Oh, my battery died.
Oh.
Shit.
Why wasn't it charging?
Because it ran out. Okay, we'll talk about your channel.
Okay. Okay, I think she was talking about like the mom asking about like pregnancy plans and stuff like that. It's not valid. Yeah, I think she was talking about that. Anna's battery died, so
let me change it.
You can switch to your webcam.
That's true.
But why do you have the spy cam sticker?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's true.
so
1 sec.
Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you, Ross. $100 pizza. Yes, that will be my lunch money. Thank you. Early in the show, you argued with Anna for this. You should take her to lunch. I will. Thank you, Ross. Do you want to have lunch?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, now that I'm gonna buy her because of...
Wait, guys, can you see?
Yeah, I think they can. It's on there.
Okay, very good.
Make it rain, Ross. Yes, thank you. In the meantime, join the KPC membership as well, if you can. Yeah, a lot of people in my chat are saying it's fair for the mother to like be concerned about pregnancy and plans and stuff like that. But I think the super chat was saying like it's not a valid comment to make or something like that. Doll Baby says we.
Can you hear now? Sound gone? Is it good now? Wait 1 sec. It should be good now. No? Hello?
I think it's going out, the audio.
Yeah, it's fine now, right? I'm using micro.
Yes. Sounds good.
Sounds good, okay. Yeah, okay. We won't stream for much longer. Sorry, my camera battery died halfway through. So I'm using my MacBook camera now.
You had another super chat, I think.
Oh, yes. I had to read that one. Let me just go back. Thank you, Shireen, for the $10. I know the Korean culture is different, but how many couples live together and have children without getting married? Just curious. How many people live together
How many people live together?
without have children without getting married? Not as common.
No.
Yeah, basically
Zero, I think.
Yeah, unless it's like by accident. Or,
Yeah.
It's not like it's not as. Yeah, it's still old-fashioned here, and people still want to wait till marriage to have kids.
Of course.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Okay, shall we go to our last news?
Yes.
So, the last news. Oh, this is good news. Okay, before we go on, Patrick, here's 10 for not blowing your stream up before David. Yes.
I'm sorry.
I love Patrick and
sorry.
Ross. My favorite names. Okay, so this is the last news. It's kind of a good news, I think. So, Korea finally bans cafes exhibiting exotic animals.
Yeah.
I think this was, very needed. Overdue,
Yeah.
exactly. Have you been to one of these?
No, not in Korea. I've been to dog cafe.
A dog cafe?
Yeah.
Those aren't like...
They're not like those are fine.
Were the dogs owned by the cafe, or were they like from
No, you go
people?
and yeah, they have some dogs, but then people bring like and just have drinks there with their own pets.
Okay, I think
Like,
that's okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, but like we're specifically talking about raccoon cafes,
What other animals?
like lamb cafes,
Yeah.
and what else, like
exotic animals.
iguana cafes or whatever, like squirrel cafes. So yeah, like a ban on the operation of exotic animal cafes where people can see, touch, and interact with the animals, which is a big problem. I think it's like stress for them. A ban is beginning to start. It's already like banned now. So they're like given like a what do you call it? A probation period.
Yeah.
Up to like certain years or certain months. And these cafes have to like shut down their operations. So I kind of feel bad for the business owners. But, in the first place, it was not a very good thing to do.
They exist all over Japan as well.
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so dog cafes, cafes, they're saying it's fine. Because they're not exotic animals. But, like, exotic animals like raccoons and
Wild
stuff
animals.
that should be in the wild.
Yeah.
They say, no, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are some wild animal cafes in Korea. I don't even remember. Isek?
To be honest, I only like going to like the domestic, like cat cafes or dog cafes. I usually only like those really.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are kangaroo cafes.
Oh my gosh.
There are meerkat cafes.
Yeah, meerkat cafes are really. Have you ever seen a adult kangaroo
Yeah,
fully stand
Yeah.
on its hind leg?
It's
It's
scary.
actually the most terrifying
It's
thing
scary,
ever.
yeah.
They're jacked, they're muscly.
I know.
If they kick you, it's over. It's
Right.
over.
Why would you get into a situation that adult kangaroo kicks you?
I saw videos on like of Australia, and it's like, oh my god, it's actually terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying.
Says BK, thank you for the $10. Anna's outfit is cute. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, so they're given a 4-year probation period to shut down their operations.
Are rabbits considered wild?
I think
They're like domestic-
they can be pets.
Yeah, they're domesticated pets.
Yeah, but I think it was overdue. I think it's a good thing to do now. And raccoons are trash pandas? What does that even mean?
Yeah, Australia seems to be a wild place to live. I've seen videos, and it's just like I don't think I could live there.
Wait, my stream is down? I think it's not. I don't know. Okay, anyways. Rabbits are not exotic. Yeah. So, yeah, we haven't been unethical consumers. Like, you haven't been to one. I haven't been to
No.
one. No. But I see a lot of, like, people coming to Korea. And on their bucket list it's like go to like a sheep cafe or like a raccoon cafe and stuff like that. So
Well, they're not going to be existing no more. But you can still go to a cat cafe or a dog cafe. Oh my gosh, so I went to Myeongdong last week because actually a subscriber of me and you, she's been a DKDKTV fan for years. Her name is Amanda.
yeah, Amanda.
Oh, you know?
Uh-huh, recognize that
So
name.
she's in Seoul right now. And so I had dinner with her. And then I took her out to Myeongdong. Oh my god, it was busy. It was just around Christmas time. And I was like,
Why would you go to Myeongdong in Christmas time? Like,
because I mean, we like
you know better.
because she's vegan, so like we went to a vegan place that was in Myeongdong, and then I was like, I might as well just show you around a bit.
Okay.
And it was like the getting it. Cause Myeongdong is the most Christmassy spirit. They have the most decorations and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was after like walking around a bit, I was like, oh my god, I'm exhausted. Exhausted.
Yeah. But those animal cafes exist in Myeongdong.
Yeah,
too.
Myeongdong.
In Hongdae too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most exotic one I've been to was a capybara cafe.
Capybara.
In New York, there's rat cafes.
What?
Is that just not called the subway? The subway. Restaurants and rat sub. Oh, you are making a joke.
Rat
Okay.
subways.
Yeah.
It's not sanitary. Yeah, like, you know, and also it's very stressful for the animals. And like, if you even go to like the dog ones, there's like poop everywhere. There's like fur everywhere. It's like, I don't really like those environments. Yeah.
But you know, there's dog parks if you live in California where people like dogs can really socialize. In Korea, dogs are not social.
Yeah.
They're really isolated. And
Yeah.
this is even the dog master of Korea, he says this. You know,
Kang Young-wook?
Kang Young-wook, he says this. So it's sad. I feel bad for the doggers here, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Nicole, thank you for the $10. I didn't want you to feel left out. Thank you. Pizza. And Sid BK. 007. Aloha, David. Super chat, so you don't feel left out. Everyone's just sending super chats because out of pity. Oh no. Well,
He'll take the pity.
I will take the pity. Thank you for the $5. Yes. Oh yes, another pity super chat. No. Stop, baby raccoon. He in your trash can overhear. What? Okay, thank you for that.
Whatever that was, but he's thankful.
I've seen videos of raccoons like digging in trash cans in the U.S., like in front of like lawns and stuff. Yeah, raccoons kind of look scary to me, honestly. Wild raccoons. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys.
Yeah,
for
thank you
joining
everybody
this
for
live.
joining. How long have we done?
Hopefully I'll be like, what time did we start? Like 10 something? We can still go on for a little bit more, or we started just after 10. We were a bit
started
late.
just after 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we did like 1 and 1:50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just make it 2 and then end.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So upcoming year, January, is very soon.
So any plans? Any New Year's resolutions?
Like I said, I definitely want like to find someone to. I don't seriously. It's not even a joke anymore.
Yeah.
Like for real, and I'm sure you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah. Ask your questions, guys. In the meantime, like we'll stream like 5 to 10 more minutes and go get lunch. 2024 is the year of the dragon. What
I'm
animal
the year
are
of
you?
the dog.
You're the dog?
Yeah, doggo.
Okay. Yeah,
What
I'm
are
the
you?
monkey.
He's a monkey.
What's wrong with the monkey?
Monkey.
Monkeys are smart.
Are they?
Yeah.
They are. Monkeys are smart.
Yeah, they're on the smart end of the animal tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about?
Plans for New Year celebrations.
I'm probably gonna party with my friends. Girls' night out. Or girls' night in, depending.
Isn't it kind of exhausting to party?
Yeah, but honestly, I haven't been partying much at all recently. At all.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, recently at all. Like in the summer, yes. But also in the winter, you can't be bothered to go out with like wrapped in layers and coats, and it's just a hassle. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen the fun in partying.
It's
just exhausting to me.
It's not, yeah.
I just don't see the fun in like, woo!
No,
Woo! What is this? Like, what are you doing?
that's ED. I don't like clubs like this either. But usually when I'm out with Subini and all our other friends, we're usually into the same music,
Okay.
like rap, like R&B, like, and then we know the lyrics to all the songs, so we're like singing along, and like it's really fun for us. Yeah, you're just not with the right crowd.
I respect that, but
You're not with
personally,
the right crowd.
personally, like I've been with wild crowds, but I'm just like, is that fun?
No, I hate like songs that have no lyrics and it's just like ooms, ooms, ooms. I'm like, this is not fun. No, this is not fun.
Okay. Brenda, thank you for the $20. The hippopotamus. Wow, epic fail. What? What is the epic fail? Okay, thank you for the $20. Yeah. What do you want for lunch?
You both seem compatible, Anna. Marry David and have 3 kids.
Oh,
no.
then we could get $3,000 every single month and could get probably a nice house. And it's already transactional. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can freeze your eggs. I can go to a sperm bank and then we could incubate them artificially.
But guys, I'm really legit thinking about like freezing my eggs.
You should.
Yeah.
There's no reason
Has
not
anyone
to.
in the chat done that? Like, I'm like still 29. I'm turning 30 in May of the upcoming year. But like, they say if you really want to do that, it's best to get that done like as early as possible.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Jarrell, I'm too old for this party stuff. I feel you. But it's not because you're old. You know, you're just not a party person. You don't see the fun.
You don't have to be. Yeah, you don't have to like all the other stuff. And like David's definitely an introvert at heart, for sure. And I'm more. I need the other people's energy, and I'm usually the life of the party kind of thing. Thank you, Patrick, again. Burning question. I'm an ESFJ. What impression does that give me in Korea? Would you say that's a common MBTI or rare? I know it's for fun, but I'm curious. ESFJ. So you're extrovert, and you're also kind of realist, but you're emotional, but you're a planner type.
Isn't that the worst type to date? ESFJ?
No,
I saw recently.
Worse. No, they're way worse.
Okay,
go
on.
I would say that's a good personality. You're pretty fun, but you're also like emotionally like you're empath as well. I think ESFJ is a good personality. The worst is ISTP.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like Tang Myung-soo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw like a recent...
Also, I hear a lot of people what David's ex MBTI used to be INFP. I also see many people don't like this personality.
Wait. So like the most unpopular is on ISTP.
Any ISTPs in the chat?
Yeah. So yeah, I saw this recent like.
But I mean, I've met one recently, and like because I'm so T as well. Like I actually think I really understand them. They're just like completely. They don't have any other double side to them. They just are as you see them. Exactly the same person. No like fakeness. They're very simple and just blunt. They might not say much. But I can see that they're very like if they're decent, they're like just decent people. That's like yeah.
I think they're like level-headed.
Yeah, very stoic, which I like. Yeah.
Oh, here comes the stoicism. I was wondering where that went. Like, you know, it reminds me of like last year. I think she was like going on forever.
When was here.
Like, be stoic, you know.
I like stoic people who are not overly emotional at everything. Like especially like when we're talking about like the wife getting emotional at that kind of thing. You have to in life, if you get like upset over everything, you're gonna just burn yourself out. You have to learn to just let go of the stuff that doesn't really matter and just like, okay,
that's true.
Let it go.
That's true. Tito White Pass, thank you for the $10. Happy New Year to you both. Yay, Year of the Dragon. It'll be $1 a year. Go Tesla. I don't have any stocks in Tesla personally though.
Is it Tesla doing well, the stock?
But probably yeah.
It goes very up because depending on Elon as well.
Yeah, they're making like humanoid, robots and stuff. So yeah. But someone like about my New Year end plans. I'm going to like the bell ringing the event with the mayor. I've been hanging out with the mayor a lot recently.
I saw on your Instagram.
Yeah. He presented me this hoodie.
Soul my soul.
Hey, don't make fun of it. It's a present from the mayor.
No, I'm laughing at the slogan.
No, don't make fun of it. He it's his personal, like, he has a personal touch here. I think it's good.
I Soul You, I think was better.
No.
Yeah. Soul my soul.
No, I don't know about I think the pictogram design is cute, but like, I Soul You doesn't even make sense.
What was it before?
It was I Soul You.
What was it before that?
It's probably like High Soul or something.
What was the one ridiculous about Busan? Like, I love Busan.
Busan is good. Busan is good.
Who comes up with these? They get paid money to come up with these slogans. Like, I can do a better job.
Busan is good. Don't. Okay,
That's the best they could come up with.
Before that, it was Dynamic Busan.
Oh my god.
But I think Soul My Soul is literally good. Like, it's not because I'm biased with the mayor right now, but like, It's pretty good, don't you think so? Like they use like the heart instead of the O, and then like use the exclamation mark for the Y, and then there's like a happy face for the U. And like soul, my soul, it literally rhymes, and there's like a meaning behind it. And it's like soul. Oh, I heard like a behind the scenes story from the mayor.
Okay, spill the tea.
Am I able to say this? No, this was politically like, a big problem. So the current mayor right now, Oh Se-hoon, he was a mayor for 2 times, like not consecutively, but like skipping stones.
Yeah.
But while he was mayor, he made another slogan, and back then it was soul of Asia.
Oh, I saw this.
It was soul of Asia. And apparently a time came where he had to like withdraw that slogan and try to guess the reason.
Because of the other Asian countries.
Which Asian country?
Japan?
No.
Who?
The obvious.
China?
Yeah. So Chinese people, there was huge backlash against that slogan, soul of Asia. Like, how dare you say you're the soul? Because Chinese people think they're the center of the world, literally. Literally, they have that mentality. It's in their like doctrine.
Yeah.
And
it's in their blood.
Yeah. It's called 중화 사상.
Yeah.
And because of that, they were like, how dare you, a small country like Korea, use a slogan like that? Who said you're the soul of Asia? And then there was so much backlash, and there was so much pressure because Chinese tourists are like a very big backbone of like the tourist economy. Yeah. And then like I think like what he said, it was like he was like half pressured to like withdraw that, remove it. So that's funny.
Yeah.
But do you guys think this hoodie is nice? It's pretty? What do you think? Why are you laughing? What's the reason of your laugh? I literally think it's cute. That's why I'm wearing it.
Anything that you can get out of your new found friendship with the Seoul mayor.
Yeah, like this kind of hoodie. What?
Was his house nice?
It was nice.
Yeah, where does he live?
He lives in Hannam-dong.
Hannam-dong, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, when you went to the Oblong influencer party, there's one like fitness guy influencer that I follow on Instagram that he was at the same place, and I saw it came up on his stories, and I was like, oh, damn, because he's so like I find him so attractive. Like really, I find him.
So what are you getting to? Like hook you up or something or what?
I mean, to be honest, I'm just like I appreciate these people, but it's just like I don't expect anything. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Really.
I don't expect anything. Parentheses. Like,
진짜,
but if you
this is what I was talking
if
about.
you do know him.
Shit. No.
Okay.
And
yeah, people like the hoodie. See, I'm thinking of selling it on our upcoming website. Spoiler.
Ain't the mayor corrupt?
I mean, I won't say my political views of him, but like recently I've been getting a lot of like nice, optimistic, positive views on him. Yeah.
Busan kinda good.
Busan kinda good. Yeah, that's even better. I think it has like the southern feel to it. No.
Busan is okay.
No. But you know what? Like I was impressed with the mayor because like everybody's saying depressing news nowadays, right? Like about the population decrease, the economic fall, whatever. And when I was having dinner with him, he actually had like a very optimistic point of view, and it was very critical upon the people who are like foreshadowing this dark future. He was really bullish on like Seoul and Korea as a whole. He was like, we have no problem to worry about. Like, Seoul and Korea is now just at its starting point. Like, it's gonna peak even more. Like, I think it's because like compared to his days like 10 years before and what you see like Seoul and Korea's status right now, it's like monumentally different. Like what Korea was like 10 years before and now. So he's like, it's just a start right now. There's not going to be a shortage of people because we can, like replace that with like technology and robots and whatever. And like Seoul is made up as like a creative hub. There's like finance and there's like, tourism here. So like these backbones are going to sustain the economy. And he was like very,
I mean, he's the Seoul mayor. Of course he's gonna...
No, but he truly believed in that. So I was like really impressed because it's like a very optimistic view nowadays a lot of people don't have.
David, are you being paid to say all of this?
No, I'm not being paid. I literally respect the man now. Yeah.
Yeah. David is not being paid.
Yeah,
Sponsor.
I'm not sponsored by the mayor.
Would you want to be mayor? Would you?
Me?
Yeah.
I would not go into politics.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's too much
It's
responsibility.
too stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, even New York, the iconic I Love NY, they also changed that.
Really?
Yeah, and there was a big backlash.
See, like,
over
I
that.
love NY. It's like simple as hell.
Yeah, it's simple. It gets to the point.
Busan is good. What? What's the difference? I love New York. Busan is good. I don't see a big difference there. Don't make fun of my hometown. The Busan Expo was kind of lame though. The video. It was, like, super lame.
and
like,
we
Gangnam
lost.
style.
Yeah, we lost.
All that kind of stuff.
How tall are you both? I'm 5'4".
I'm 180.
162. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go
go
get
now.
lunch.
Yeah, I need to after lunch. I need to edit. So, guys, thank you for joining and thank you for all the super chats and for chatting. Next week we don't know if we're gonna be just us two or if we are somebody else. We'll put out a link. But yeah, have a good. Is it what day is today? Weekend? Yeah, I guess. Have a good rest of the week and a good weekend. So see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.